I'm here early just in case people show up early, but I don't know who's going to show up. I'm expecting the best of the best to show up. Um, please come on and check out this Reparations channel in a second. I have to lay out some things for the people so they can understand what it's about. Yeah, come on in. I see one person in here. That's beautiful. I'm just talking about reparations today and how everybody's been turned into a slave by people that they think really is worthy of sitting in this government as any kind of uh, government official. Pretty much everybody's being screwed, and they can't really figure out why they're being screwed or how it's going down. And many people they know a lot of things, but they don't really know what I'm talking about. And so when we're talking about different things, we cannot communicate. And I do want to communicate with all people because that's what my mission is to bring people to the forefront of what's happening to them so they can live their lives the way their ancestors had written for them. And that goes for the Moors as well as the Europeans and anybody else on the planet. But because of the way other people came around and took our places, many people can't get back into their proper place. And so while they can't get back in their proper place, the people who are in our places, they continue to rape and pillage everyone. Everyone is tired. And if you take a look at the government or the people of the government, of the real government, not this democratic government, who's killing everybody, we all have to come together and realize we can't continue to do this and let our children be raped and pillaged like we were. And I appreciate everybody that's on, but I'd like to be able to speak to the people about this if they don't know about it. Our ancestors, they don't want you to know about, because if they let us know, we would have to let you know, or the other people that don't know, that they were tricked into slavery by George Washington. And so the reason why I wear my fez is because it's what our nationality is about, and it's a crown of the high priest. And my job is to protect, defend, and enforce the laws of the Iroquois Confederation of Morocco. This is the flag of the Iroquois Confederation of Morocco. And this is the Star-Spangled Banner of the Iroquois Confederation of Morocco. This is the flag of Morocco. And as you know, as you can see, this is upside down because we're in danger or in distress. That's why that's upside down. This is the tree of great peace. And so most people who don't know what this flag represents is a battle flag of the Revolutionary War, called the Continental Flag of the Continental United States of America, the Continental Congress, and so on. And so we have many people that talk and we say we Moors, but we are Moors through bloodline. It's not about paperwork that can make you a Moor. It's about what the ancestors left for us to do. And so what we have to do is know we have to go back into time and see that you could see that. So George Washington here was the 9th president. As you can see, I'll let you read if you can read what it's saying here. But basically, we're just going to talk about George Washington was not the first president. As you can see, John Hanson was the first president, and it goes so on like that. And take a good look. And so the life I live is from this period. of the Iroquois Confederacy. I can't live outside of the Iroquois Confederacy because I'll be committing high treason. Most people don't know they're committing high treason against themselves because the way everything is written is a magic trick for the minds of the people who didn't really know, who don't know, since they were slaves at one time. And today we're supposed to be free, but we're not free. We're underneath a slave trick by the lawyers and the judges. And so, let me show you some information so you can really get into what I'm talking about. I appreciate everybody that's come in. This is why we have to understand the trick. You see, most people. This is the Black's Law Dictionary. First off, and this is a book of the devil. You think it's a good book, but it's here for the trickery, and this is where the spells are coming from by the lawyers and the judges who are the Illuminati. I'm going to show you. I want to show you this here. This is what most people don't really have a clue of. This U.S. Constitution right here, this Constitution or this name, the United States, can only be used by the Moors. It's being plagiarized by the people who took over our government. I'll show you our Constitution in a second, but I'm going to show you here. Most people think this is our Constitution, but it's not our Constitution. It's nobody's Constitution, nor does it go with anything any flag that I just showed you or the banner. This is the Supremacy Clause of the Article 6, and this is really the U.S. Constitution was an offer, and it says all debts contracted and engagements entered into before the adoption of this Constitution shall be as valid against the United States under this Constitution as under the Confederation. And this is what they're talking about, the Iroquois Confederation. So I'll read it again so we can parse it and you can understand it. It says all debts, contracted engagements entered into before the adoption of this Constitution. The Constitution was never adopted. And they overthrew us and threw this on top of us and took our name and places. And my job is to teach you how to take your place back. And it says, shall be as valid against the United States, which is the continental United States of America, of the Iroquois Confederacy of Morocco. Under this Constitution, as under the Confederation, like I said, this was an offer. And then they were talking about, this Constitution and the laws of the United States shall be made in pursuance thereof, semicolon, and all treaties made. And this is all people can really use as treaties. And this all governments can use as treaties between governments, or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, which is owned by the Moors, shall be the supreme law of the land of Morocco. The supreme law of the land is Ma'at. This land is Egypt. And the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. The judges are bound. And then it says anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding, meaning contrary notwithstanding, meaning they can't use anything other than the treaty and all the other stuff that was signed before. But this Constitution was never adopted, but they still act like this is the supreme law of the land, and it's not. I'll show you what time it is you need to know in order for you to talk and to defend yourself against this organized criminal gang that took our place. Then it says, the senators and representatives before mentioned and the members of the several state legislatures and all executive and judicial officers, I am a judicial officer, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution, but no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. So basically, these people don't use the Constitution or the treaty. They make up what they want to make up against you. And when they make up what they want to make up against you, you don't really have no clue about what they're doing. So the lawyers and the judges who use these books I'm showing you, which is the book of the devil and or the slavery, you can't really understand it until you know who's doing what. Let me show you what I mean back here in this book, because many people don't really know what this book means. You can see right here it's talking about the British regnal years. And the British regnal years, this is where you think you should see presidents down here, but instead you can see the Constitution here and British stuff here. This Constitution is British first off. And most people think that it's ours, but it's really meant to enslave the European people. But George Washington and his boys enslaved the world. And so since they enslaved the world, they have this magic going on to make you think that the lawyers and the judges have complete authority over the people, but all the time, the lawyers and the judges who were supposed to be public servants on the people, and the people are masters. The masters are being treated like they're the public servants, but that's a trick word, public servants, because these are how can I enslavers. So let me show you what I mean. See, people don't really know that the Constitution represented slavery until the 13th Amendment was passed. And this is the deepest part you can really get to know about your freedom. It says, this is really saying the abolition of slavery. So before the 13th Amendment, the Constitution represented slavery. And then when they passed the 13th Amendment, they made sure that you had to pass it. They had to get you in some kind of test. I'll show you. It says, Section 1, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof a party shall have been duly convicted, duly means properly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction, Moorish jurisdiction. But at this time, they had turned us into slaves, so it's still our jurisdiction. We just have to know how to claim it. But what's happening here, I want you to parse this. Number 2, it says Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. So what this means, Congress owns the slaves. The courts are designed to run the slaves. The lawyers are the slave masters, the cops are the slave catchers, and the teachers are the slave makers. And they make sure that the people are dumbed down and don't know anything about these. Because if you know what these represent, they represent your nationality and your ties to the land. And so when most people think that they're United States citizens, oh, wow, hit a remote. Excuse me.
Just a few months after his death. Let's not forget, there once was a Camelot. There may be other great presidents, but there'll never be another.
Okay. Excuse me. So most people, like I said, most people think they're United States citizens, and this will show you that there are no United States citizens here, and that the United States citizens are not. I'll show you. You have to read this part first because I'll be able to show you. This is our Constitution here called the Iroquois Constitution, the real Constitution. And it says, before revolutionary patriots put pen to paper to draft the U.S. Constitution in 1787, and they couldn't because this is the real one. That's when they overthrew us and nobody was around to dispute anything, but we're back now. It says, colonial leaders such as Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin studied other systems of government, including an example flourishing close to home. So close to home, it says, excuse me, the Iroquois Confederacy. See, so what I'm going to ask you, where is close to home for these people? You see where I'm talking about Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin, where is close to home for them? If you don't know, tell me. If you do know, tell me. Anyway, it says, I'm going to get to you on that part. It says, this political group had what Jefferson and Franklin were searching for, and the political group are women. A constitution infused with the basic principles of democracy and federalism. I'm a federal judge of the Iroquois Confederation. Anyway, it says the Iroquois Confederacy, also known as the League of Five Nations, was a union of the Senecas, Cayugas, Onondagas, Oneidas, and Mohawks, in parentheses, the Tuscaroras joined later. It says around 1500, so the legend goes, a Mohawk visionary named Decanawida convinced the nations to unite in order to establish peace and to protect life, property, and liberty. Thanks to the Constitution they created, the Confederacy became a formidable power. By 1750, it numbered around about 15,000 people, and Iroquois hunters and warriors ranged over 1 million square miles. See that? That's how much land the Moors own. That's just the guys here, our family here. Okay, so here you can see where we defeated the 13 colonies. And it says but this is the older, you have to, I want to take you through the whole thing, but you can probably read it, and if you do like this, but I'll read it. But let me show you what I'm talking about far as the land and who's the citizens and all like that. But here is the real crux of what I'm talking about when it comes to the jurisdiction in any court or land. It says the clans. My clan is the Catbutt clan. It says the lineal descent of the people of the 5 nations shall run in the female line. Women shall be considered the progenitors of the nation, which means the creators of the nation. They shall own the land and the soil. Men and women shall follow the status of the mother. So the jurisdiction over the land and the soil comes through the mother's womb. So all anybody's talking about, do you have jurisdiction? Only if you Iroquois. That's it. And no European is Iroquois. They don't have jurisdiction at all. I'm just making this quick because I know many people came on to show me their time, and I appreciate it. And so what I want to show you about who the citizens are is this document here is you're in Morocco. You think you're in the United States, but the United States, as you can see, is talking about the United States right here and the president of the United States at that time. It says, treaty sealed by the Emperor of Morocco, June 23rd, 1786, and delivered to the American agent at Morocco, June 28th, 1786. Additional articles signed and sealed on behalf of Morocco, July 15th, 1786. And this is where we're talking about the ship signals, because we own the 7 seas. And it says ship signals agreement signed at Morocco, July 6, 1786. And you can see a case number right there, number 2. And the site down here at the bottom of the treaty. This treaty, Moors don't sign the treaty by themselves. This treaty is signed by the United States citizens who are, I'll show you what I mean. Let me take you through this real quick, because a lot of people, I want to do this so that way they can get to the crux of what I'm talking about. Because no United States citizens are here. So I want to read this paragraph right here. It says, in testimony whereof we have signed the same with our names and seals at our places of our respective residence. And they say their dominions. This is our dominions. They reside on our land. And at the dates expressed under our signatures respectively. And where they were signed it at, these is where the citizens live at. It's London, England, and Paris, France. Those are the United States citizens. There are no United States citizens here at all. Everybody's been told on their birth certificate or whatever they got on driver's license, oh, you were a United States citizen, you signed it underneath perjury. Well, all the cops and anybody else who's claiming to be a citizen is actually committing treason, but they don't know they're committing treason. They're actually involved in this trickery where the lawyers and the judges who came here who are British, this is the lawyers. This is what belongs to the lawyers. They're British. This is our stuff. They stole our stuff. You want to wonder how they got it in the courtroom and how they on top of the White House. This belongs on top of the White House. All of this, what I just showed you, Iroquois, everything goes on top of the White House. And so most people don't really know that this is a big trick, and that the Constitution is not valid. You've been turned into a slave. and you think that Congress is here to help you, but you vote for these people, and these people are not your friends. And so this is the case that you might have read, and this is the first one that was against Joe Biden, where they defaulted to. And when you read the case, you'll see that they defaulted. But you can see that. But anyway, our law is Muslim law, which is Ma'at. It's Egyptian. All of these are Egyptian. You might think it's what you think it is, but you've been tricked to think that it's yours, Europeans. Europeans, you don't have no flag here, a banner, or anything, no land and no nothing here. You've been tricked out of your whole life. And that's why you deserve reparations like anybody else. And it's not for so-called Moors, because we don't even know how to go after our stuff and take it back, but I do. And so you can see where I can show you some differences where Noble Drew Ali, Moorish Science Temple, they only use these. So their knowledge only goes to here, but not saying they're not brilliant or whatever, but they don't talk about the Iroquois Confederacy, which this belongs to the Moors, the 5 civilized tribes. And so when most people don't know, and all the people around here talking about, I'm a citizen, no, you're not. You're an illegal alien, just like Trump and the rest of them. Okay? So I really appreciate everybody who really don't have a clue about what I'm doing and what I have to do. What I have to do is teach the world about how the children need to get out of these schools because they're being made slaves by this system. So let me give you the difference, how everybody's being tricked. As you know, I just showed you Article 6 of the U.S. Constitution and the 13th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which has not been approved or even seen by the Moors to make it valid. But the whole thing is that the children, they attend schools for 12 years just to get a job. All the time, the children are born rich, European and Moors. But the people here, the people that call themselves United States citizens here, they're no United States citizens. They don't have any status. They just, how can I tell you, no man's. But you can go to ask you about your bloodline. See, my bloodline is tied to the Pharaohs. We're the Pharaoh's children. And I want to talk to you about the Pharaoh's ink pen. And that's what I have to teach the children about them being pharaohs. This is the Pharaoh's ink pen of Turtle Island. And this is where everybody's at on Turtle Island. I'm the emperor of the Iroquois Confederation of Morocco, and my job is to protect everyone. And so most people think that there's no emperor. I've been here all the time, been here fighting up. Let me show you what my position is, and then that way you can overstand. Number 6 of the treaty, and this is what you don't get justice for, okay? It says, if any more shall bring citizens of the United States or their effects to his majesty, the citizens shall immediately be set at liberty and the effects restored. And in like manner, if any more not a subject, we do have Moors that are not subjects, and stuff like that, to these dominions, which are Moorish dominions, shall make prize of any of the citizens of America or their effects and bring them into any of the ports of his majesty, they shall be immediately released, as they will then be considered under his majesty's protection. All Europeans, you're underneath my protection, whether you know it or not. You might think I'm a nigger or a black person or whatever. I'm not that. I'm the emperor. I'm here to protect you. Everybody here has been lied to. This is really the 23rd year of this federal criminal investigation, whereas you guys were born rich and don't know it. And so this is what it says about the Moors and the citizens. I could take you through, let's go through this, because this is what it's about for the citizens. The citizens, it says the commerce with the United States shall be on the same footing as is the commerce with Spain, that would have been Moorish Spain at that time, or as that with the most favored nation for the time being. There are no favorite nations right now. It's the banks. They stole everything. This is what this is about too. They're the enslavers of everyone. And their citizens shall be respected and esteemed to have full liberty to pass and repass our country and seaports, which are the seven seas, whenever they please without interruption. That's all a European can do. And then they have to leave. They can't live here, have a job here, buy anything, can't do nothing here. But you've been enslaved by George Washington, everybody. And this is what this case is about. And so when you were supposed to just leave and you're not leaving, this is what it says just in case something happens. Okay? It says, if a citizen of the United States should kill or wound a Moor, or on the contrary, if a Moor shall kill or wound a citizen of the United States, the law of the country shall take place and equal justice shall be rendered, the counsel assisting at the trial. And if any delinquent shall make his escape, the council shall not be answerable for him in any manner whatever. So the European who comes here, if they get killed or anything, they're to come here with this. Check it out. It says, if an American citizen shall die in our country, which is not their country, and no will shall appear, they have to come here with the will. And I know they don't have one because they've been enslaved just like us, and they think they're free. The council shall take possession of its effects. Of course, that would be a Moor. And if there shall be no council, the effects shall be deposited in the hands of some person worthy of trust. That would be a Moor, until the party shall appear who has a right to demand them. But if the heir to the person deceased be present, the property shall be delivered to him without interruption. And if a will shall appear, the property shall descend agreeable to that will, as soon as the council shall declare the validity thereof. Okay, so now what most people don't really know about this treaty is that this treaty is for everybody in the world. And this is international law. People always talking about going to the Hague and ICC and all like that. Well, our court is here. It's called the Royal Court of Morocco. And I'll show that to you in a second. But this is what everybody must do. This is why I ask you to do this notice of appearance and e-file your notice of appearance and put your reparations form in, because this reparations form is in our court, not their court. They don't have a court. They stole everything. So here it says Article 24, and all these articles are court ordered. First off, I'll show you. It says, if any differences shall arise by either party infringing, that's the whole key, infringing on any of the articles of this treaty, peace and harmony shall remain notwithstanding in the fullest force until a friendly application shall be made for an arrangement. And that's the lawsuit that I filed, is an application that you have, and everybody who filed the notice of appearance and put their documents in is an application. The people that are sued don't want this class action to be given, like you hear people talking about the class action cases. If you've been injured and you've taken a pill and whatever, and you come call this lawyer, but I'm not a lawyer. I am the emperor. You come and file your application and get your money right here, because you've been infringed upon, everyone, because this treaty has not been enforced by any Moor. And they might be talking about it, but they don't really understand that this is an Iroquois document. And then most people don't know about the banner and the three flags and stuff like that. And that's why we can't talk as one until we put them all back and give them to our children, so that way they can rule the world that they were designed to rule. Okay. And if a friendly application shall be made for an arrangement, and until that application shall be rejected, and it hasn't because they failed to answer the lawsuit, no appeal shall be made to arms. No war, please. And if a war shall break out between the parties, 9 months shall be granted to all the subjects of both parties to dispose of their effects and retire with their property. And it is further declared that whatever indulgences in trade, that's what it's all about, or otherwise shall be granted to any of the Christian powers The citizens of the United States shall be equally entitled to them. And so, whereas we are all out of order, we don't know about this will. This is left to our children to rule the earth. And so, let me explain to you about the order, that this is a court order. I kind of went fast on it because I want to really not waste people's time, because I know people have a lot to do. And so let me show you what I mean. Inshallah. Okay. If I read all of this heading and stuff like that, it'll take some time. But at the end, this is what it's about. This was written in Arabic, and this is about the Treaty of Friendship, of Amity, and Commerce. And I have to teach the people about the Pharaoh's ink pen, or the brothers and sisters or Moors about the Pharaoh's ink pen, or the law that goes with the Pharaoh's ink pen, and how to understand how to buy and sell money, deeds of trust, and stuff like that, how to manipulate money, how to understand quid pro quo, which means if I give you this and I give you that, will you give me that? But when you're dealing in real negotiations where people might not want your offer, you have to offer a whole lot of other things in the quid pro quo. So let me finish with this. In the name of Almighty God, this is a treaty of peace and friendship established between us and the United States, which is the business of the Moors, not no people of today, which is confirmed and which we have ordered. This is a court order to be written in this book and sealed with our royal seal, because you're royalty, at our court of Morocco on the 25th day of the blessed month of Shaban, which is a month before Ramadan, in the year 1200, trusting in God, it will remain permanent. And that takes a lot of sex to make it remain permanent. And when you go through these articles and you read them, you can see that everybody's free. But the people who came here and enslaved everybody, they brought this system that you see today called the adversarial system, where you have a lawyer and the other side, like they got something to say, but our treaty doesn't allow for anybody to take anybody and to be locked up or anything. Let me show you. Let me see. Got a lot of papers here. Second. Okay. Number 16. See, most people don't really know how to read this treaty, but this is an Iroquois treaty. They take this treaty to the court and say, Your Honor, I got a treaty, but they don't know how to understand that this is more than the treaty. It's a court order, and it's for you to give orders. You don't take orders, you give orders. That means the Moors and the Europeans, you don't take orders from these lawyers. These people overthrew us and took our stuff, and now we're coming to them. Like you see, I'm His Majesty, and instead of y'all coming to me, you're coming to these bar attorneys who nothing but interlopers who stole everything from everyone. And so they're pretending to be the Moors. That's why they have our banner in the courtroom, pretending to be us. Let me read this. In case of a war between the parties, the prisoners are not to be made slaves, but exchanged one for another, captain for captain, officer for officer, and one private man for another. And if there shall prove a deficiency on either side, and we don't have any prisoners of war, it shall be made up by the payment of 100 Mexican dollars for each person wanting, Mexicans or Moors. And it is agreed that all prisoners shall be exchanged in 12 months from the time of their being taken, and that this exchange may be effected by a merchant or any person authorized by either of the parties. All people are authorized to go get your people. The lawyers and the judges won't let you go get them, because everybody thinks, I got to wait for the lawyers. The lawyers are they're the slave masters. They're the human traffickers. This case is about them human trafficking Moorish Americans and killing them for sport and others. But it got to be deeper than that. And so we don't have prisoners of war. And I demanded to have these prisoners given back to me years ago. I talked to this Governor Jay Inslee when I first got out of prison, when they enslaved me. This is me up here. I spent 10 years in prison for nothing. My case had been dismissed. They set me up. This is L. Bentley right here. He did 25 years. They set him up. He didn't have they lied on him. This is L. Bentley right here. There's a whole lot of people that got killed, and these lawyers and stuff justify everything and talk about, hey, oh, they justify that. No problem. These are nothing but warriors right here. This is Shorty. And y'all know Tawanda Jones. That's Tawanda Jones right there. She's bad as hell. You won't want to mess with her because they killed her brother Tyrone West in Baltimore. And she protests that every West Wednesday. And all of the people here, like you see Stephon Clark, they killed him in California in cold blood, right in his grandmother's backyard. My whole case is about what these lawyers are doing to us, and we don't know who we are. We think we're black all the time. We're the landowners. We own the whole earth. These are the people, and this is my cousin up here, first cousin Charles. This is my cousin-in-law, and this is his son. These are all bad dudes. Let me tell you. So when I'm not bragging on them, I just know they're bad. And so everybody's been lied to. Your children right now are you today that's attending these schools. We cannot allow these children to attend these schools and be tricked out of their liberty. And then as they attend these schools, now instead of them ruling the earth, like you see the banner on top of every school, it belongs with the rest of those. George Washington chopped down the cherry tree. When he chopped down the cherry tree, this is the cherry tree right here. See? He chopped down the cherry tree and everybody thinks that it's some kind of fable. But no, he got rid of all of our history, wrote us out of history. And now, let me show you, because I got some stuff here. I can go for a long time. See, this mayor of Seattle right here is in default in this lawsuit. Everybody that's in the lawsuit defaulted. This is King Mohammed VI of Morocco. It's our family. And so when we do this class action case, he has to come here too. This is an international case, believe that. And you can see his flag. It looks different, huh? See that? And also you can see he doesn't rock this flag, this banner, because it only belongs to the 5 civilized tribes. Only the black people. You call us black, if only black people. Nobody else. Okay? And so this is my partner here. You seen Dub Lounge International? Oh yeah, he tells me about all the people think I'm crazy. They don't know what's going on, why I talk like I do. I'm here to protect them because they've been miseducated about themselves. And so this is another king right here who's on the same battle with me, doing his best to, I wish I could just tell you the story about his ancestors owning all the land down south, all the cotton land called Doublehead. I mean, you got to look up, please Google Doublehead. Oh man, he told the story so cold, I was so floored. Man, we got so much history. And then this is Elijah Muhammad's daughter, Brenda Muhammad Bey. And she's down with him, and they've all enforcing the laws of the treaties, doing the best they can. And then this is of course, the Prince Hall, Eastern Stars. My mother was Eastern Star. My whole family was Masons and Eastern Stars. I don't know nothing about it. But these are pretenders. This is not the real court. Our court is the Royal Court of Morocco. These people are pretenders. Only Moors can rule here. And we've been sitting here like ducks to them because you don't really know law. You think they talk like they got a constitutional right and all like that to be this. They don't have no law. It's all tricks, And we're going to chop their heads off. That's my job. If y'all don't want to do it, I got them. Anyway, these guys here, these are the United States. This is the United States citizen, but he's not. He think he is. And that's what's so deep about the magic, the trick. See, everybody's been tricked. And he's a deep dude too. This is a ninja right here. Economic Ninja. Check him out. Go to his channel. Check him out. He's bad. If you don't think he's bad, him and Neil McCoy Ward, and all these guys be trying to give you the lowdown, but they give it to you the best way they know how because he's a United States citizen, and he tells it from their perspective over there, and it's deep how everybody knows something different. But they're about trying to keep everybody from being harmed by this economy. And Economic Ninja, he has programs for people to buy, so that way you can go and see how to deal with buying houses, how to deal in crypto. I don't deal with this stuff, but he talks about the all kinds of like the Iraqi dinar. He keeps up with everything that keeps you going. He's a bad dude. Take a look at his channel. Believe me, he's worth it. And this is my relative here in Antigua. He's the prime minister of Antigua. All Moors. Believe me, we're gonna get. And he's in default. So, like, what I want to talk to the people about, since they're in default, this when people or when somebody's in default, you need to set a time and place up to have a hearing. My hat's on, affairs is on kind of crooked, but you need to set up a hearing date, time, and place for them to remove themselves from the White House. This is nobility business. Empress Light to Jury Bay, if you're listening, you know we talked about nobility business. This is nobility business. We got our children we have to look forward to taking care of. I'd like to continue talking to everyone on a daily basis. Please come back and talk to me about what you have to say. And many people like the Moors, they all talk and we just talk. I'm tired of talking. We're going to be putting our paperwork into this fake court system and e-filing your documentation so that way you can get compensated. And the Moors are to restore the original government, the Republican form of government, and that's what this case is about. And at the same time, if I like to get with anybody who has time. This case is so large. This is really the 23rd year of my federal criminal investigation to lock these people up and put them in the guillotine for messing with all of the children. See, all of this stuff starts from childhood. They know that they can get you to believe this stuff from when you attend these schools from a little child, and then by the time you get to be like in 10th grade, you're done. You think that that's how life goes, but all the time, on top of the schools is this, our banner. And they teach us how to attend these schools for 12 years just to get a job. When we own the toll roads, we own the oil in the soil, we own the skies above, we own everything. And these people don't want us to know. But I know you know, but I have to teach everyone, including the Europeans, about the Pharaoh's ink pen that they have when they signed on the treaties. That treaty is invincible. Don't let no lawyer or judge tell you it's garbage. Okay? This is the treaty. This is the Treaty of Peace, which was made by Decanawida and Hiawatha, where Decanawida had envisioned a huge evergreen tree. So when you read the Iroquois Constitution, he'll talk about Decanawida and the tree. It talks about everything, but this is the small treaty, Constitution. And the one that we talk about was wampum. Wampum is the laws upon which we have to live like. And so even though we live in the year 2025, we have to live like what the treaty says from 1787. This is when this got signed. We have to live like this, but we're not at peace. And we're not even friends. We're even killing each other. And we have to stop our children from killing each other. And it's not hard to do. We just have to sit our children down and not send them to these schools, but teach them about their will to the land and not attend these schools. And they're to run this earth. And my job is to teach them how to run the earth, because this business called the White House was left to us. Nobody else in this. They took it from us, and we out here on the outside looking in with the lawyers talking about, oh yeah, come to our court. And when you come to their court, you see your own stuff up in here, but you so asleep, you don't know it's your banner. You don't know it's Iroquois. You don't know it's Egyptian, because they killed everybody that knew what I'm talking about. And see what they did to the people. They called us the Indians. And what they did to us was so dirty. They befriended us. Then they had set up parties for us to come to with the men only, brought the elders and everybody there, got us drunk. Then once they got us drunk, they slaughtered us. Then they kept doing it all over the country. So now, as I tell you about what was known all over the world at one time about you, you don't know. I'm here to tell you, you are the gods, the small g, the small goddesses. You are the world's rulers. You are the Pharaoh's children. You rule the Pharaoh's ink pen. And each one of you to write, because you can't really overstand about what they did to you, about these flags being missing. So since the flags and stuff are being missing, the part of your speech is missing. When you put them back, you can understand it. This is the Star Spangled Banner of the Iroquois Confederation of Morocco, right? Star Spangled Banner of the Iroquois Confederation. You've seen the Iroquois Constitution of Morocco. As you can see, this is Morocco. You don't live in the United States. You live here in Morocco. And so most people, when you get accustomed to what I'm talking about, I'll have some more QR codes. And then I'll be having everybody hopefully share this with the children, because the children were born rich Europeans and more. Your ancestors, believe me, they did a lot to get this treaty signed with between the Moors and the United States citizens and the Christian powers. People call this a Christian land. It's not a Christian land. This is a Muslim land, Egyptian land. The pharaohs ruled both sides of the earth, and the laws of the earth is Ma'at. The supreme law of the land of the earth is Ma'at. And so when you really know what I'm talking about, and if you had about a coat of arms and stuff like that, we're the navigators. We rule the 7 seas. This is all our stuff, all of the islands. We rule. These are the principles that I'm talking about right now. It's Ma'at. That's why nothing works. Ma'at rules over the Iroquois Confederation of Morocco. Those are the laws. Without that, we're done. These go with this. All this is Egyptian. See this brother right here, Jeff Fort and Larry Hoover? Yeah. Hoover, I heard you got out. Great. I'm glad to see you out. Love you, man. Jeff Fort, I'm coming to get all of you. It's my job. With me, I'm coming to get all of you. My job. All you Moors out here, stick with me. I'm here to help to get our people right. These are winners right here. Before, if they would have known what I know today, oh man, there would be no Europeans here, no presidents, none of that. They had to put the COINTELPRO on our people. We're bomb. All of our people are bad. Y'all got special powers. You come from the nobles to the pharaohs, come from kings and queens, empresses. All of you bad. Don't you ever forget that. This is Islam, Islamism. They stole everything from you, your minds. I'm going to talk about KRS-One. I love you, KRS-One. You said something the other day that blew my mind. You said you knew you owned the land, but you knew your mind was gone. This young man right here is searching for the answers, all of them. This is Hood Educated. Watch his channel. He's bad. Watch him. Hood Educated, I love you, man. You keep teaching the children. Yeah, you bomb. KRS-One, you own the land and the soil, my brother. The laws that they put on our land are not Egyptian. This is the laws of the British overthrowers. Okay? The lawyers are all British. They don't have nothing to do with your stuff. It's all Egyptian, family. So I'm not reading many people's comments because I'm over here just talking. But believe me, we're all confused in our own way. I need your help to do this. Please help me. That's all I know how to do, is try to free our people in the world. That's all I do every day. I work for that. You come from the best of the best. Our people created civilization, mathematics, law, everything. These Europeans come over here and killed us, knock us off our square. They getting ready to get knocked off. The emperor's here. I mean business. Believe that I mean business. We're here to take care of our children. We cannot let them attend schools at all. We have to teach them how to rule this earth. They own everything. And first thing we're going to do is talk to this United States Attorney General for Donald Trump. We're going to set a place and time up for him. And we're going to send him a notice of the default and time we negotiate when they leave. All you Europeans, you were born rich, get ready for your money. I love all of you. This is my will. I have to enforce it. If you don't know how to enforce it, make that application. Please make your application. You're rich. They can't stop you. They defaulted when they default, they cannot make an answer. They're fighting me hard as hell. They've been trying to kill me and everything, lock me up. Let me show you what they're doing. At this time, the lawsuit that y'all see I'm talking about, these people are being sued. They won't leave me alone. They're trying to hold a trial with me. This is the only paper I have out of all this time. This has been going on since 2021. They came after me because I went and got Empress Light right here. I went and got her. She was locked up right here in Score Jail. And they came at me because they realized I was so cold. They had to come at me and they set me up. They set a trap for me. I'll tell you more about the trap. But they're trying to hold a trial, and I'm suing all the people. This judge here. He can't do nothing. They just signing papers all against me. And so I have to go to this hearing tomorrow where this attorney's trying to quit, where I told the attorney, give me your insurance because you don't have no authority here. You're a foreigner, you're British, and plus you're not even a United States citizen. I showed him everything I showed y'all. Blew his doors off. He was scared after I finished. And now he won't give me the insurance information or anything. But they're trying to get me, people. They can't get me. Let me show you what I mean. When it says on the top of the caption, this is the so-called slave name. I honor my family's name or appellation. I honor everything they gave us. And I will tell you that you always keep your name, but add what you want to add, but there's still always going to be you. Your ancestors gave it to you. That's how you go back into time. Don't never not go back into time. Okay, this name, State of Washington, is supposed to say the State of Washington of the Iroquois Confederation of Morocco, the business we own. So we own this business. How are you going to charge me with my business? And I own this business as emperor. And I'm looking at these fools like, man, y'all crazy. This is my land. We own the banner in the courtroom. And you don't, man, I got some stuff y'all need to hear. Nobody is supposed to be prosecuted. If you read or seen me talk about Article 16, I know what I'm talking about. I was trained by the top 2 presiding judges here in 1987. I know this stuff better than they do. Okay? I'm a real deal. I'm the real deal. I come to get y'all to teach you how to come and take care of your children. Your children are all slaves waiting to be slaughtered by the lawyers and the judges. Just make one mistake and they got a code for you that you broke. And the statutes and codes are not law. And you have to get off into understanding that the real law is Ma'at, which is Egyptian. And everything around you is Egyptian. They wrote us out of history, and I'm putting it back the best I can. I could tell you that the Moorish Science Temple men and women and children, they're doing the best they can. All the Moors are doing the best they can all over the world. The Songhai Moors, all you guys are doing the best you can, but it's our treaty that has to have an international hearing where we bring all these corrupt people to this hearing where we have them for high treason. And so with them pretending to be us and using our names against us and our banner and everything against us, we can't allow that to happen in our face. Hopefully I woke you up. I'm here to wake you up. I'm here to tell everybody about the wake-up call. I'm here to wake up all the so-called Africans and no such thing as African, but I'm saying that the Pharaoh's children, I'm waking up all Pharaoh's children, both sides of the earth. Wake up. These lawyers and judges have the Pharaoh's ink pen. Joe Biden had the Pharaoh's ink pen. Now Donald Trump has the Pharaoh's ink pen. The Pharaoh's ink pen, like I showed you up here, of Turtle Island belongs to me. And it belongs to the L's, Bays, Days, Al's, and Ali's. Don't y'all forget that. This is all ours. And these lawyers and judges, how they get our banner in the courtroom is because I'll tell you like this. I was talking to Empress Jaffa Bey. She was on one of our channels between Mother Akinum Day. And Mother Akinum Day introduced her to this where we were talking about removing all of the judges and lawyers because of them pretending to be us. And so Yeshaya Yisrael Bey, who headed off the court, read the charges against the judges and lawyers. You see? And so we're all here doing the best we can, but you can't use what Noble Drew Ali taught you to fight back. Nobody can use what the lawyers and judges gave them to use to fight with as a defense weapon. Anything they gave you to see is all because they wanted you to see it. But if you talk the treaty, And the treaty is Iroquois, it's Egyptian. Everything is Egyptian. If you talk treaty and know how to talk through the treaty, these people will run. I love every one of you who's struggling out there. Everybody that's got a home, you're in foreclosure. I want to stop your foreclosure. Here's how you stop your foreclosure. There's a document called the Notice of Lis Pendens. Please listen to me well. This document stops foreclosures. And once you file this Notice of Lis Pendens in the e-file portal, it'll stop your foreclosure. I own your house anyway, because anything on the land I own. I'm not here to mess with you. I'm here to fix you because you've been tricked out of your life, your money, paying these banks. It's a whole, oh man, this monopoly is ugly. Once I break it down to you, let me explain to you. See, y'all know about that bankruptcy of the House Joint Resolution Bill and stuff like that, 192. But what they did is they created promissory notes for you to go and use those to take them to the bankruptcy banks you call banks today, and take a promissory note to the bank and cash that promissory note out and tell them what kind of money you want and how you want to disperse and to buy a home or whatever. But instead, they created this escrow company where they take you over there to write a promissory note, and instead of you cashing it, the escrow company cashes it to the bank, and then the bank sells it, and then you paying twice. They double dip on you, and your house is paid for as soon as you sign that promissory note. But anyway, I just know that everybody's being used up by these banks. This whole system is a banker's game, and this is so our system is the great law of peace. But the people who came here, they came here with this con game called the adversarial system that the lawyers and judges use to steal everything from you. And you'd be wondering how you got all these facts and you get in this fake court with your banner and you lose. Even when they say like, oh, you and then you go home and like, damn, I lost my house. I got to get out my own house. These people tried to kill me, stole my house with a SWAT team. Don't have no record of it that they stole my house. Oh, they got problems. Anyway, people, I want to talk to you again tomorrow. Please tune in tomorrow, 6 o'clock. I'll be here. I'll have some better information for you. Inshallah, we'll be teaching our children about the Pharaoh's ink pen. And this is what we need to do, is always look at the matriarch. That's my last aunt that's alive. Her name's Annie Merle Seabrooks. Please always honor the women. We have all, it's all we have. This is where we come from, through the womb. Islam family, I love all of you. Peace and love.